for you guys today, we have another version, Travis and John show, Mock Draft 3.0 to share with you guys. We did 2.0 a few weeks ago. It's actually still live on the website if you guys want to go give that a check. If you're interested in that or seeing who went where. But tonight, we mix things up a little bit. A few different things happened in this version of the draft for us, and we're excited to share it with you guys. But either way, just know these are mock drafts. The draft's probably going to go nothing like this, knowing our luck. But that's the fun in it. So we will kick things off and kind of tell you guys each pick what happened. Kind of a little bit of an explanation, nothing too deep though. You guys were here for the last one. So number one, it doesn't change. It's not going to change. It's almost locked, set in stone.
Number one, set in concrete.
Yeah. The Bears are selecting Caleb Williams, so nothing changes there. On number two.
At number two, we have the Washington Commanders, and Caleb Williams is off the board.
Right.
And there's been a lot of talk about Drake May and Jaden Daniels and who they're leading towards. But if you've been watching the combine, or if you watched any of the tape last season, Jaden Daniels has something special, and I think the Commanders see it. So at number two, we got the Commanders snagging Jaden Daniels off the board.
Yep. I mean, just quarterback of the future. I mean, Commanders need somebody after trading away Sam Howell. I'm not going to start Mariota.
Exactly.
Go out and get your franchise QB. Jaden Daniels can be that guy.
Exactly. Amazing arm, athleticism. He's fast.
Right.
But I mean, even what he did in the pocket was amazing. So,
right.
Something the Commanders need.
Absolutely. On to number three. Now, originally, the New England Patriots would be selecting here. Gerard Mayo has since come out and said that they don't need to draft a quarterback and they're willing to trade down. So, in this version of our mock draft, we have them doing exactly that. The Patriots will be trading this pick to the Minnesota Vikings.
A team that's been moving up in every mock since. A team that is in desperate need of a quarterback with possibly
the best receiver
possibly,
in football.
I about said possibly. Slap me across the face.
The
because easily the best wide receiver in the league needs a quarterback.
Absolutely.
So instead of the J.J. McCarthy rumors, we got the Vikings moving up into the 3 spot with the Patriots and taking Drake May.
Absolutely. Once again, QB of the future. Drake May is a guy with a lot of potential, a fantastic arm, dude. One of the best arms in the draft, if not the best. And he has, like I said, just the utmost potential in the world, dude. And walking into an offense like Minnesota with all these playmakers around you, I mean, you have a top guy at every single position. And it's just an amazing situation for Drake May. He can come over, take over for Kirk Cousins, and be set up for a great future in Minnesota.
Exactly, and not force J. Jeff to essentially force a trade out of Minnesota.
Yeah. And I mean, you still have Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, T.J. Hawkinson. I mean, they have pieces.
All the pieces for someone to succeed.
Absolutely. All right, move us on to number 4, which is normally the Arizona Cardinals.
Absolutely, but we got another movement here.
Absolutely.
In Mock Draft 3.0.
The top 5 is very up in question this year. A lot of things could happen with a lot of different rumors going on right now. So at number 4, we actually have the Arizona Cardinals trading out of this pick. They will be trading this pick to none other QB need, the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Las Vegas Raiders obviously started Aiden O'Connell last season. You have a guy like Devontae Adams who's obviously not getting younger. And you need somebody to keep him around if you want to keep him happy.
Exactly. You lost Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. So the Raiders go out here, jump up to 4, and select the 4th quarterback off the board, Michigan standout, J.J. McCarthy. And McCarthy's a guy that's shot up draft boards so much lately. He's projected to be a top 5 pick everywhere we look. And it's just almost inevitable at this point that someone will be trading up with one of these teams in the top 5.
Absolutely. You got teams like the Giants, Broncos. I mean, you can throw in the question marks like Titans, Falcons for quarterback needs, but, well, not the Falcons. I meant Titans and other teams like maybe the Cardinals in question. But, I mean, I think there's a lot of faith in Kyler Murray. But, I mean, this is a perfect spot for a team like the Raiders. They lost Josh Jacobs. You've got to do something to keep Devontae Adams happy and to keep your offense the league worthy.
Absolutely. So, yeah, the Raiders get their QB of the future possibly. And next up is actually a guy that's probably going to be very happy about that pick at number 4. John Harbaugh and the Los Angeles Chargers. John Harbaugh's guy goes in the top 5, and he's up at 5.
Yeah, he watches his pupil go at 4, and then he's on the board.
Absolutely. And this pick isn't even in question. I mean,
the Chargers have a glaring need.
Yeah.
And this is a player that would be number 1 in almost any other draft.
Absolutely. Chargers go out and get one of the best wide receiver prospects in NFL history. Marvin Harrison Jr. is still on the board at 5. It's crazy he's fell this far, but it's because all these teams are very QB needy right now, getting their guys of the future. And Marvin Harrison slips to a guy like John Harbaugh with that, Justin Herbert, and immediately comes in as probably the top target over there, dude. It is a fantastic situation for both sides.
Exactly. The Raiders are extremely QB needy. As we mentioned, the Giants, Titans being a toss-up. Other teams in there that could draft a pupil quarterback, let them sit for a year. The Raiders know they need to move up. That leaves the Chargers in a beautiful position where Marvin Harrison falls in their lap.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Herbert is in a glaring need of a wide receiver.
Yeah, and Marvin's that guy. I mean, Jim Harbaugh played him a lot last season. Or not a lot, but played against Marvin Harrison last season. It has been in college watching him all this time. There's just no better fit for either side, I feel like. So it's a fantastic pick there at 5.
Exactly.
All right, number 6.
Leaves us with the New York Giants.
Absolutely.
Who now don't have a quarterback that's worthy for a number 6 pick.
Absolutely not. Everybody traded up and took him. So
Saquon's out of town.
Yeah. You have no playmakers. You don't have a receiver. You don't got to run it. I mean, you signed Devin Singletary, but, I mean, Darren Waller showed that he's not the Darren Waller of old.
Yeah. So you got some holes.
Yeah, so what do you do?
Best way to fill it is go out and get the best wide receiver statistically
Left.
on paper.
Best receiver left.
On paper last season.
Right.
And you get Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, right. This is the same pick as we had in the last mock draft, but it's just a fantastic fit, dude. I mean, the Giants are obviously, once again, probably the biggest need in any position in the NFL for any team is wide receiver for the Giants.
Absolutely. They had a bunch of dudes off the street, essentially.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors is fantastic. Had a beautiful season on paper last season.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's no other place you go, hole-wise, no other playmaker you're going to get that's in Malik Neighbors' neighborhood.
Okay.
See?
I see what you did.
Spin bars there.
I see what you did.
A little smooth.
Yeah. All right. With the Giants getting their playmaker of the future brings us to 7, the Tennessee Titans. And their offense is looking okay, even after the disappearance of Derrick Henry. And it looks like they're sticking with Levis.
Absolutely been working out this offseason, working with his teammates.
Yeah.
D-Hop's still there, getting a little older.
Signed Calvin Ridley now, another addition, and obviously brought in Tony Pollard to replace Derrick Henry. So you have no skill positions of need right now. So what better to do than go out and protect your quarterback?
And give your Will Levis a little bit more time in the pocket.
Yeah. Titans go out here at 7 and take TCU guy Olamiyu Fashanu here to kind of secure up that offensive line. Drafted a guy like Skoronski last year, get another tackle to kind of pair beside him, and hopefully Will Levis can do something special this year.
So I got some faith in Will Levis after seeing some of his workout training videos, some of this stuff this offseason. I mean, he's got beautiful form, and I mean, he's one of these few players that can throw and not have to step into his pass. He can stutter step off his back foot and throw it 60 yards right into a player's pocket.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got the form, and if he's got enough pieces around him, I mean, maybe he just needed the time to develop. He was a potential number 1 pick last season for a reason.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. No, I agree. Will Levis, I mean, he had a few decent, spots last season, especially with the games, the D-Hop and things like that. So
some of his end zone passes were beautiful.
Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely. So go protect him. Number 8, Atlanta Falcons, back up on the board. Signed Kirk Cousins.
Exactly. You got your dinosaur of the future.
Yeah, I mean, the offense looks the best it's looked in a while. Under
Yeah.
new head coach, Raheem Morris. So you got Kirk Cousins, like you said, he's a little older. You got to protect him, man. You can't let him get hurt.
And
So
when you got pieces in this offense with this much potential and this high of a ceiling,
yeah,
you give your quarterback another half second and magic can happen.
absolutely. So possibly the best offensive tackle on the board, Mr.
Yeah, Joe Alt
Yeah,
falls
goes-
to the Atlanta Falcons.
absolutely. Once again, just help secure up that offensive line. Give Cousins time in the pocket to make these young guys plays. I mean, there's just so much talent, young talent on that offense that if Kirk Cousins can get it rolling, dude, it could be scary.
Exactly.
All right, Brings us to 9. Chicago Bears back on the clock after taking Caleb Williams at number 1.
They could essentially have a dream draft with
Yeah.
how things have fallen. If
They
you're
could-
paying close attention,
Yeah. They could pull what the Houston Texans did last year without having to trade up.
without having to move,
Yeah,
you get the number 1 quarterback on the board at number 1, Caleb Williams.
absolutely.
Secure your franchise quarterback regardless of rumors or all the hate towards him. Everything's set up for him to succeed. Let's see how he does. You're sitting at 9, and with how things have played out, you have one of the best defensive players.
The best defensive player in this class.
I was going to say one of the best defensive players of recent history still sitting at 9.
Yeah, and which will actually be the first defensive player off the board. Edge rusher,
Dallas Turner
absolutely.
falls down to 9 to Chicago Bears that have
Yeah.
essentially a perfect draft.
Yeah, and they have a perfect offseason. Not even just a draft, dude. They've had the absolute greatest offseason I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Bears are going to be scary next year, and it pains me to say
It's
because obviously, if anybody pays attention, it's my girlfriend's favorite team, and it's not mine.
yeah.
So it's going to hurt to see them probably be better than the Saints. But I'm hyped for Chicago, dude.
It's funny because
Yeah.
to mention my girlfriend's team,
Yeah.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said he was going to go out and get it. That's exactly what the Bears did.
Yeah,
The Cowboys have done nothing,
absolutely.
but the Bears are like the Texans. For a quick shout out to one of the teams that are going to be amazing next season, the Bears are one of those teams that went out and did it. The Texans, another team that went out.
Speaking
got
of
it.
mock, real quick, we ain't even talked about this on live yet. Stephon Diggs got traded to the Houston Texans.
Yeah. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
There's so much that's happened.
Oh my God, that Texans offense, bro. I know it's totally off script, but you go out and have the rookie season that CJ Stroud had, and you bring him Joe Mixon and Stephon Diggs
You
to add
see
on top
how
of it.
beautiful he was. Led
Dude.
you to a wild card game.
A
in his
healthy
rookie
Tank
season.
Dell
So you
led you
you-
to a divisional round game his rookie
a
season,
Tank Dell, who
who was great.
CJ Stroud told the Texans franchise to draft, by the
And
way.
Yeah, and was his number 1 guy before going down
Exactly.
last
It
year.
was amazing. So then to follow up and go out and get him a Stephon Diggs,
And a Joe
re-sign
Mixon.
Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon. You have now a 1,000-yard receiver, a 1,000
yard rusher.
yard rusher.
You have possibly 3 1,000-yard receivers. Nico Collins was well over that mark last year in the fantastic season he had. And Tank Dell was on pace before he got hurt. So,
exactly.
and yeah, Joe Mixon, who can put up 1,300 yards and be a goal line threat that they didn't have last year. I mean, you don't have to just worry about CJ Stroud now. I mean,
Exactly.
you thought CJ Stroud was throwing to bums last season to start the season. Walking out this year, dude, this is a team that you're going to
You
have
throw
nightmares
a
about.
Tank Dell in the slot
Defensive
and take some
coordinators.
pressure off him instead of a 1-2.
Dude,
Doo-wee.
defensive coordinators are going to have their hands full all year next year, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my God, their team's going to be great. I'm so excited for next season.
Good luck, AFC
Yeah.
South, I
Yeah,
believe.
Colts, Titans, and
Texans,
Texans, and
whoever that 4th team
why
is.
am I blanking the 4th team? Jaguars.
Yes.
Anyways, moving on to 10. New York Jets.
You got A-Rod.
Yeah. And you signed Mike Williams, got Garrett Wilson, got Brees Hall. Why not give him another target? The defense looked good. Was the reason they were even in games last year. Jets go out and select best guy available, Mr. Brock Bowers.
Exactly. A tight end compared already to
The
some
best
of the best in the game. Yeah. I mean, you don't see tight ends mocked in the first round ever,
Very often.
let alone this high,
Yeah.
and it's for good reason.
Yeah.
So get him a piece that can do a little blocking, protect A-Rod a little more, and someone that could be amazing and another target right through the middle of the field.
Yeah. And with a healthy A-Rod, the Jets are also going to be another team to look out for next year. So,
Exactly.
yeah, that would be a beautiful pick. And even just sets them up for the future after A-Rod and some of these older guys should get out of there. I mean, he's just an all-around great talent. Now, that brings us to 11. And was part of our trade-up earlier with 3 Patriots instead of the Vikings will now be picking at 11.
Absolutely.
So,
Trade down here for the Patriots, sitting at 11.
yeah, you obviously basically say you're okay with starting Brissett. You got a quarterback that you're ready to start week 1, but he has no targets.
Exactly.
He has nobody to throw the ball to. So, fix the problem.
Exactly.
Patriots go out on 11 and take
Romo Dunes.
Absolutely.
Big playmaker.
Washington, stand out. You know what I just realized? We'll talk about it later, but look at the pairing.
Oh, weird.
I didn't even notice that when we were doing it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Anyways, we'll get back to that later. Not going to spoil anything. But yes, the Patriots, number 11, take Romo Dunes and get their wide receiver one of the future. Romo Dunes is a talent. Had a fantastic year last year. Helped his team get to the national championship. Was Michael Penix's favorite target for good reason. And he's just fantastic, dude. I mean, he is a talent.
Yeah, whether you roll Brissett out there, you roll Gerard Mayo himself out there at quarterback, it don't matter. You're going to need someone like Romo Dunes to make plays.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, Patriots finally get a good receiver. You're not going out and taking these random dudes out of free agency and letting Tom Brady turn them into greats.
Exactly.
So, you got to build now. All right. Number 12 brings us to the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are a team that's in need of a lot of things.
Still $85 million in dead cap space.
Just a very doesn't have a great future. A lot of pieces, but they've had a lot of talk and a lot of speculation. They want to give Jarrett Stidham a chance at the starting job. They gave it to him over Russell Wilson last year, obviously, and they believe in him. So if you believe in him, go protect him. You have some good offensive linemen still on the board. So the Broncos go out here at number 12 and take Mr. J.C. Latham. Secure the edge of, that offensive line. Help, Stidham kind of settle in a little bit, have some time in the pocket, and try to get the ball to some of these weapons that just don't look great, unfortunately. But
exactly.
Yeah. Go out and try to protect him at least.
Give him a chance.
Yeah. If you want him to star, you got to keep him healthy. So
J.C. Latham, beautiful pick for the Broncos.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Number 13 brings us to the Arizona Cardinals, who once again was a part of another trade up earlier with the Las Vegas Raiders. So now they will be picking at 13 instead of 4. And Cardinals are a team, once again, few holes. Obviously lost Marquise Brown at desperate need for wide receiver this season.
You got a healthy Kyler Murray now.
Right. James Conner, who kind of took off at the end of last season, who they're probably going to lean on coming into the season. But that defense needs help, dude. And with the names that are still on the board, there's just one guy that was sticking out here at 13 for the Cardinals.
Absolutely. Still being here, best available. Fill in a great hole, even if it wasn't a hole. He's someone that's going to be a number 1 the day he comes in. Mr. Quinion Mitchell.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And go give them a good CB. Obviously, kind of haven't really had a good CB as of late. Their best guy was kind of Byron Murphy. He left for the Vikings. Obviously, since Pat Pete, you haven't really had that standout type of guy.
Exactly.
So go get you a CB1, somebody that can try to lead that defense and get Arizona back on track after drafting Kyler Murray. They kind of look like one of the best teams in the league.
Exactly, because regardless of Kyler being healthy and James Conner having an amazing season, you're going to need someone that can stop the other team. And,
Absolutely.
I mean, Kyler Murray, James Conner can't get in the end zone. You're going to need someone to stop the other team. So Quinion Mitchell is a perfect pick here for the Cardinals. They need that CB1, like you said.
Absolutely. All right, brings us to 14 here. Manula and Saints are on the clock. Shout
Nola,
out.
stand up.
Absolutely, baby.
Little Drew Brees is watching.
Absolutely.
Saints, you're on the clock.
We're here, baby. And we got some needs. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys see it, but now you do. I have on the Michael Thomas jersey. And as any of our football or Saints fans out there know, he's no longer part of the squad.
Yeah. Injury prone, getting older.
He has finally been cut.
Contract issues.
Saved us some cap. I'm a little upset about it. It's taking some time to get used to, but it is what it is.
Exactly.
So we're going to go out here at 14, and they're going to give me a reason not to throw this jersey in the trash.
I love that.
And we're going to select LSU standout Brian Thomas Jr. to take the name on the back of my jersey.
We're up the same number.
Absolutely.
And keep the jersey for Trav. It'd be a beautiful scenario.
Yeah, put Brian Thomas at number 13. Let MT walk.
Give Derek Carr a weapon.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Olave and these guys, Alvin Kamara, are our top 2 weapons. And AK's getting old, dude.
Exactly. You need to take some pressure off those guys. You
Yeah.
can't have. I mean, Chris Olave
Is a dog.
already had a lot of pressure last season with teams knowing Michael Thomas was getting more drop prone, injury prone. They weren't as worried.
Yeah.
But I mean, this season, if he's a clear cut number 1, it's going to be an issue. So, I mean, you go get Brian Thomas, take a little pressure off him and AK.
Absolutely. All right, 15. Indianapolis Colts.
A little Andrew Luck watching us this time.
Absolutely. I didn't even realize we got Cincy and Indy.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you did that on purpose.
Yes, that's why I brought him. We got to rep our squads.
Absolutely. I think that's a Steelers one, though.
Exactly.
Anyways, 15. Colts select.
Cornerback, Terrion Arnold.
Alabama guy. Alabama guys are flying off the board here.
Exactly. Actually, I was looking for my phone real quick because I was having a convo earlier with somebody on our Instagram because he commented on our little Dallas Turner video.
Uh-oh.
And he said, Roll Tide, because we were talking about, he said Roll Tide. I said, Roll Tide taking over the draft boards as usual. He said, always, we build champions and win championships at Bama.
I mean, you can't argue it. You know, I mean, he has a case to be made.
Exactly. It's what we talked about last week. Bama, their products, and especially their defensive products, are something else.
Absolutely.
So you go and get one of them Bama-bred boys, get you another cornerback. I mean, you haven't had a lot of help. You re-sign Kenny Moore, take some pressure off him. I mean, that defense is young. So you add another piece like Terrion Arnold, it'd be a beautiful fit.
Absolutely. Colts get a CB1 after re-signing Kenny, or CB2, after re-signing Kenny Moore. But, help out that defense a little bit. Give AR, some space to work on offense.
Exactly.
All right. Number 16, Seattle Seahawks. This is a weird team to draft for.
Absolutely.
A
lot of question marks.
Yeah.
You can't even say clear-cut needs.
Yeah. And I mean, most of their positions look decently okay. I mean, they got somebody at least mid everywhere.
I was literally about to say everything's so mid that it's like you can't say they're terrible.
Yeah.
But you can't say they're great.
Absolutely. They're literally like the Atlanta Hawks of the NFL.
Yeah.
So Seahawks go out here and take a big guy to own the middle, Mr. Byron Murphy.
Exactly. They're still hunting for the Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
Still trying to bring back what they once had. But it seems they still got all the faith in the world in Geno.
Yeah.
You got so many question marks, like we said. Go and get somebody that can be a number one in Byron Murphy.
Absolutely. Big guy to own the middle, baby. That's what they need. All right, 17, Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock.
Exactly.
And this is a perfect fit, if you ask me.
Trav's
one of my
favorite players.
Yeah, one of my favorite guys in this draft. I think he's going to be great. Another Iowa guy. Jags go out, select another cornerback, Cooper DeJean.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about this pick. Duval, baby. Nah, he's great, dude. He's going to be a playmaker no matter where he goes.
Absolutely. They're missing that Jalen Ramsey prototype.
Yeah.
And look who fits that build perfectly.
Cooper DeJean, baby. He could go out and really be that number one guy. The Jaguars have been searching for good corners for a while, so
exactly.
Hopefully he can be one of them. Alrighty, moving on. Number 18, Cincinnati Bengals.
It's Andy Dalton's turn. Since you're on the clock.
Absolutely. Bang, bang, bang. Now, biggest problem for Cincinnati last few seasons has been keeping Joe Burrow healthy.
Absolutely.
He's faced a couple injuries, kind of took him out of the race
Taking a lot of sacks.
Yeah, but when healthy and when playing his best ball,
you give him a minute to throw it to
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, these guys, and obviously no Joe Mixon. We're going to lean a little more on the pass game this season.
Exactly.
You got to protect him. And it's something they've been trying to do consistently. They've went out, they've made moves in the offseason and free agency in these drafts, and they're trying to protect him. But you can't ever have enough big guys in the middle.
Exactly.
So the Bengals go
They got a lot of edge pieces.
Yeah.
But someone they didn't get is a middle piece.
Absolutely. Bengals select.
The Bengals select Troy Fautanu.
Yeah. Big
line.
Big dude. You got to keep stacking up the O-linemen.
Andy Dalton would be extremely proud because something he never had was an O-line.
Something the Bengals have never had, ever.
What's crazy is all three of these quarterbacks here, I don't think necessarily had a great O-line. He retired because he had no O-line. He faded off into existence because he had no O-line. This poor man did everything he could with no O-line.
Poor 5'11", 5'10".
Still got him one.
Yeah.
He still looks like the shortest.
Yeah.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah.
He is definitely shorter than the rest.
Yeah. No, that's
definitely
facts.
shorter.
Anyways, beat the Colts in the Super Bowl.
Knocked them out real quick.
Anyways, yeah, Bengals select Fautanu. You got to protect Burrow. When he's healthy and he's playing good ball, they're a Super Bowl contender.
Exactly. You give him a quick minute to drive and get to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
get some snacks while
Oh,
you're
yeah.
out there in the end zone.
Open 24 hours a day, baby. All right, number 19, Rams on the clock.
Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah. You lost Aaron Donald. You decided to call it quits. It sucks.
Yeah, you had Puka
Yeah,
break out.
absolutely. Cooper Kupp, who we're hoping comes back healthy and has another good season.
Exactly. So your offense looks okay.
Yeah, Kyron Williams had a breakout season last year. One of my favorite running backs in the NFL right now. Going to be a top 10 fantasy pick. Mark my words. I promise you he will. But yeah, Matt Stafford's still looking good. But once again, you have a glaring need on the defensive line. You lost Aaron Donald.
Absolutely.
It's hard to come by these good pass rushers. So go get one while you can. And the Rams come out here and select one of the best pass rushers left available, if not the best, Mr. Jared Verse.
Exactly. Get what you can. Fill another D-line piece. It may take 6 men to fill Aaron Donald's spot, but you better get at least one of them.
Yeah,
Get best left on the board, Jared Verse.
absolutely. It's a perfect fit. Gives them, obviously had a breakout guy like Kobe Turner last year. He's probably going to take over for Donald, but if you want him to continue to be good, you got to keep some pressure off of him. So let Jared first, get to the quarterback and do his thing. All right, number 20, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steeler Nation, stand up.
You're on the clock, baby. What you thinking?
Thinking we got a few question marks this season. Our quarterback room looks excellent.
Yeah, it's not a question.
Steel City as well. But Justin Fields in line to take over. I mean, we got some wide receiver pickups this offseason. We got Quez Watkins, Vaughn Jefferson. Filled in some holes. We got beautiful youth, Washington and Freiermuth still at tight end. O-line's got, it's got a little bit of question marks and some holes. I'd say center really needs some attention there.
Right.
But, there's a big glaring need we have.
Talk to me.
We had a beautiful player breakout last season, coming into the second season now, Mr. Joey Porter Jr. at cornerback.
Absolutely.
But after that, we don't have a lot of names.
Absolutely.
We got some players that, might be able to fit in, might be able to play a slot role if needed, but these aren't cornerbacks that should need to be on number 2s, possible number 1 receivers if Joey Porter needs to move around somewhere.
Absolutely.
So, if someone were to get injured, it's a big hole. So we go out, Steel City slates Nate Wiggins.
Clemson standout.
Need.
Yeah. And
Pair him next to Joey Porter would be nasty.
he turned up in the season for Clemson last year and became a big name and rose up a lot of draft boards, and now currently where we sit with this draft is the best cornerback available, and can come in, be a great compliment to Joey Porter.
Exactly. Our only other piece is Corey Trice. He's been great when needed, but like I said, he's someone that should maybe fill in a slot.
Right.
I don't think he should be on the number 2, and if Joey Porter needs to move around somewhere or gets knocked out of a play,
Right.
These aren't players that should be on the number 1. So go out and get Nate Wiggins.
Yeah. Good pick. You like it. Fill some holes.
21, Miami. Dolphins are on the board.
Absolutely. We know the Dolphins are set at every single skill position possible. They don't need nothing. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, you're good.
Exactly.
Defense, mostly good. Secondary is good. So Dolphins go out here and try to fill, I guess, is one of their bigger needs. I don't know if
You
call
even
it
say need.
yeah. But you go out and take the big guy that's left, Mr. Talise Fuega, and try to continue to protect Tua. We've seen what happened last season. Was a very graphic situation. Not going to get into detail about what happened, but once again, these quarterbacks have to be protected, man. And it's a dangerous league nowadays when these big pass rushers get a hold of
you
these
land
guys.
the wrong one sack.
Yeah.
There's your whole career.
Yeah,
in a certain
we see
way.
that.
So,
It was Tua almost lost everything he'd worked his whole life for last season. So if you're, Mike, or I about said Mike McCarthy. Oh my lord, what's their coach's name? Why am I?
Mike McDaniels.
Mike McDaniels. There it is. Brain farted. Anyways, if you're Mike McDaniels,
Mike smacking vape on the sideline. Mike McDaniels.
yeah, no, he definitely did, 100%. Yeah, he definitely did. But yeah, go out and protect Tua, man. Let him get the ball to these playmakers and the speed that you have around him.
Absolutely.
Fastest team in the league, for sure. Anyways, 22. Moving on. Philadelphia Eagles. Glaring hole.
You lost Jason Kelsey, a
Yeah.
legend.
Absolutely. And he just, no matter who you put there, is just not going to fill what he did. You can't replace a guy like Jason Kelsey no matter what you do.
The tush push is something that they lean on in Philly.
Right.
And I mean, a big part of that is the center.
But you helped it out a little bit. You went out, you added Saquon Barkley, who's going to help that tush push a lot. But go out and draft a guy to at least try to help out the glaring need that Jason Kelsey left.
Give Saquon some space.
Right.
Be a beautiful pick if everything works out in Philly.
Right.
Mr. Jackson Powers Johnson.
Absolutely. And you re-signed Landon Dickerson, you re-signed Jordan Mailata. You know, the offensive line's looking okay. You still have Lane Johnson. You know, you don't have
Johnson
glaring
getting
needs.
older, obviously.
But go out and I feel like Jackson Powers can be the Creed Humphrey of his draft. We've seen Creed Humphrey come in as the best center of his class, and look at him now. He's one of the best centers in football.
Exactly. He may not live up to a Jason Kelsey because
No.
I mean those are giant shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Regardless, to immediately project any draft player to a Hall of Famer.
Right.
But I mean, when you got a Saquon, Jalen Hurts, that you can get even a half split second more of time in the pocket. I mean, these are things that you need. This is a team that was fighting for a Super Bowl for a reason.
Absolutely. Agreed. Jackson Powers fits him perfectly. All right, number 23. Now, a little explaining to do here. Normally the Vikings, but a part of our trade earlier, we actually had the Vikings moving 11 and 23 to the Patriots for that number 3 pick.
Exactly. You're going to need a lot to move up to 3.
Absolutely. So the Patriots are currently back on the clock here at 23. And you took Romo Dunes as your first pick. You got your receiver. Obviously, Gerard Mayo talked, may lean with Brissett. But you're at 23. Patriots are a team that need a quarterback. Brissett's not the guy of the future.
Who better to at least put in a quarterback competition
And
with
he's still here. A guy that has overcame every single odd possible, been through multiple injuries, has come back fighting.
A national championship.
Almost won a national championship. He's here. You drafted his favorite target from last season. Why not give him a chance? Patriots select Michael Penix Jr. at the 23rd pick.
Pair him up with Romo Dunes. At least let him have a battle with Brissett.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah, and if anything, maybe he comes in a few weeks into the year last year, or maybe he pulls up Mahomes and he sits his first season and comes in next year and leads him to a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Either way, Penix has a lot of potential. He's a guy that is very
dual threat.
Yeah, very dual threat. He has a very big arm, can launch the ball, and once again, it's the perfect fit with Romo Dunes. He's going to feel comfortable coming in, having the same exact target number 1 from his college days. So it's a beautiful fit.
I mean, you got a lot of holes in in New England. Right. I mean, this would be a 5-star draft for the Patriots.
Absolutely.
Michael Penix, maybe not the Drake May, Jaden Daniels of the draft, but this is someone that was mocked in the top 5 almost all season. He's fallen off now for whatever reason, but he fought in the national championship. You go at least let him have a QB battle with Brissett at the very least, something I think he'd win easily.
Right.
Give him his number 1, Romo Dunes, because there's so many holes in New England. And I mean, you'd be set for at least this next season to go out, let them learn, and then fill holes in the next offseason.
Absolutely. I agree. And to go from, maybe selecting Drake May at 3 to trading down and getting Romo Dunes and Michael Penix, the Patriots win this draft 100%.
Exactly.
And, Gerard Mayo comes in, makes a statement, and is like, look, it's rebuild time, baby. Let's do it.
Exactly. Gets him a franchise quarterback and a number 1 receiver to at least get his offense start.
Absolutely. Great draft there for the Patriots. All right, 24, Dallas Cowboys. Another team that has done nothing.
I was about to say, like I mentioned earlier, Jerry Jones talking about going and getting it this offseason and telling everybody he was going to make moves, something he's never said, so everybody was extremely hyped. Now, he's done nothing.
Yeah, and before we announce this draft pick, I want to make something known really quick. Saw a video of Derrick Henry on a podcast the other day, and they asked him about the Dallas Cowboys situation. And Derrick Henry talked, and he said to, start his free agency thing, he thought Dallas was the most likely position. He thought that's where he was going to go, but he was waiting for Dallas to reach out to him. Jerry Jones never once reached out to Derrick Henry. The Cowboys made no contact to Derrick Henry, didn't make it known they wanted him at all, and the Ravens swooped in, and Derrick was like, look, you're not going to make me an offer, you're not going to talk to me, I got the Ravens waiting for me.
Yeah.
It's a perfect fit.
He's made no signing. Pollard walked. Derrick Henry got no call, like you said. No Ladarius Sneed action.
Yeah.
No Stephon Diggs move.
Yeah.
And nothing for the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
You got CeeDee Lamb on an expiring contract last year of his deal.
Dak Prescott,
Dak Prescott,
with multiple seasons proven he can't get over the hump.
Maybe it's Dak Prescott's final season. I think CD has 2, or I don't know. Maybe I was right. It's something like that.
I don't know. CD may have the 5th-year option. That's probably why he's a question mark.
All right, but yeah, but we haven't announced a pick yet.
Exactly.
Cowboys at pick number 24.
They go out and get Blake Corum from Michigan.
It's a reach. Blake Corum going in the first round may sound a little crazy to some people, but let's talk for a second here. Blake Corum is the best running back prospect in this class. I also
want to mention who was the first team to bring first round running back draft picks back to the North.
Cowboys.
They came out and got Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, with pick number 5. Like a top 5 pick. So for Blake Corum to be available,
what other franchise to do it and go out and fill another hole?
Yeah, and I mean, who's your starting running back next year? Rico Dowdle? I mean,
you go out and get someone with a national championship under their belt.
Absolutely. And Blake Corum is an all-around back, dude. He's tough.
He's someone that you can throw in some options. You can throw in the routes. I mean,
and he's a guy that can come in and do everything you were asking Tony Pollard to do, probably at a better efficiency, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
He's just a guy that can make every single play and would be a perfect fit for Dallas, being their biggest need is that running back. So let Dallas go out and make a splash, take Blake Corum at 24. It'd be cool to see. All right, 25. We got the Green Bay Packers up on the board. Packers are a team that looked really good. Had a great end of the season.
A lot of people wrong last year.
Absolutely. Jordan Love finally found his form. He looks good. But the defense could use a little bit of help. You went out last year. You drafted Lucas Van Ness. He didn't really pan out that well so far. Didn't have the greatest rookie season. So go out and get somebody that probably will have a great rookie season. Still on the board. Probably, obviously, the next best pass rusher after Dallas Turner and Jared Verse is Mr. Laiatu Laitu.
Be the Packers at 25.
Yeah. And he comes in and he plays that role outside of Rashawn Gary. He finally takes some pressure off Gary. When we seen the Packers in their prime with Zadarius Smith and Rashawn Gary rushing the quarterback, Gary was a monster, and it's because he didn't have all the attention. When you're preparing for Green Bay's defense now, you're looking at 2 guys. You're looking at Rashawn Gary, and you're looking at Jair Alexander. And those are the only 2 guys that are making big splashes.
And they're in completely different spots on the field.
Absolutely. So you give the Packers a guy opposite of Rashawn Gary to take a little bit of pressure off of him, and you got Quay Walker developing in the middle with obviously Jair and Eric Stokes and these guys on the outside. It can be a really good defense, dude.
Exactly.
And they can fit together very well. All right, 26. That brings us to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
This was one of your favorite picks of the draft. If you want to introduce him,
I would love this pick. And I think Tampa Bay fans will love this pick. And I would buy a jersey. The minute the draft pick was announced, I would bookmark their fan page.
Word?
And wait until they announce his jersey and number and drop whatever bag price is marked on the marketplace if this pick happens.
All right, and we have this in recording.
We do.
We have this in recording.
I'm going to frame the jersey because this would be amazing. Tampa goes out and gets Tampa. TJ Tampa to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What better fit? One of the best corners still left on the board, and the Bucs need a corner. And why not go out and get a guy that you can put your name on the back of a jersey?
Exactly.
Imagine you're in a Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey with Tampa on the back.
Exactly.
Like, that's going to be...
You're just fully endorsing that team.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be their poster child. I mean,
yeah.
What better person to have in all your cover photos? He would just be an ultimate meme, and it would be super cool.
Exactly.
That's what this pick is. But he is a good player nonetheless. Bucks go out and get a corner. Alrighty. The fun's over with. Number 27. Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. And you traded down from 4. You lost out on Marvin Harrison. And obviously you lost Marquise Brown to the Kansas City Chiefs this season. You're in desperate need of a wide receiver.
Yeah.
On the board, a few decent receivers left. The Arizona Cardinals go out and select
Mr. Keon Coleman
from FSU. Was one of the best receivers and the best player on an undefeated team last season before Jordan Travis went down to injury, unfortunately. But we've seen Keon Coleman make plays that no one else in college
football. I was about to say, a really good playmaker for a team that doesn't have a lot of playmakers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he'd come in.
James Conner is going to do what's expected. Kyler Murray's explosive when he's healthy, but outside of that, you don't have playmakers like a Keon Coleman.
Right, absolutely not. I mean, he would come in and ultimately be their number one target. Obviously, you had the breakout of Trey McBride at tight end last season, who's gonna gather some attention next season. But to go out and fill that hole that Marquise Brown left, none other than Keon Coleman would be a perfect fit.
Absolutely,
dude. I think it'd work out great. All right, number 28, Buffalo Bills.
on the
Now,
board.
we just talked. They traded their top receiver. Stephon Diggs is gone. He's in Houston.
Almost expected.
He's C.J. Stroud's new favorite target.
Well, let's hope.
Maybe.
I like what the Texans did for a quick, again, off-script moment real quick. I want to say I like what the Texans did because they voided all the years on his contract besides next season.
Besides this season.
This coming season. So he's got this 1 year prove-it season.
Yeah.
And even if he is this toxic teammate that he's been made
They
out to
can let
be
him
after
walk.
all this season, then he goes and doesn't ruin C.J.
Yeah.
Stroud.
And I mean, for what they gave up for him, and obviously it's already been announced that if he walks this offseason, they will gain a compensatory pick, or however you say that word.
Yeah.
Compensatory pick, or
Yeah,
whatever.
now that we're here,
Yeah.
hold on.
I don't even know how you say it. But yes, they will get a pick back if he decides to walk in free agency this offseason. So it's a win-win situation for the Texans. You get 1 year, see what he can do, see how he is, and then you can make decisions in the offseason.
But the Bills now with only Gabe Davis at wide receiver.
Gabe Davis is in Jacksonville.
Oh, not Gabe Davis.
Khalil Shakir is their top receiver right now.
Yeah.
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 Nobody. They lost their top two targets. Yeah.
So now with Khalil Shakir sitting at your number one.
Or no, excuse me. They signed Curtis Samuel. They have Curtis Samuel on roster. Anyways, still nothing great.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Whoa.
Yeah. Some more depth. But yeah. Anyways, Bills go out and select
Mr. Adonai Mitchell.
Absolutely. Just give Josh Allen somebody to look at. I mean, you have nothing in Buffalo. Josh Allen's good.
I mean, you have a amazing MVP worthy quarterback.
Yeah.
That has now no weapons.
None.
Like Justin Herbert.
Yeah. These poor guys who
but not a top 5 pick.
Having Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Stephon Diggs to Joshua Palmer, Quentin Johnson, and Khalil Shakir. So.
Yeah, and Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
It's funny because if you saw the Tom Brady video where he talked about his wide receiver leaving him, and then Tyreek leaving Patrick Mahomes, and he said, "Don't worry, Josh, you'll have one leave you too." And Josh Allen hugged the Stephon Diggs cutout and said, "I love you." Tom Brady called.
I did not
Stephon
see
Diggs
that.
leaving. Yeah.
Dang.
Well, we're here.
Poor Josh, man. Dang.
Yeah.
Made me feel bad for him. But hey, he goes out and gets Adonai, who was amazing last season. Probably becomes his number one target right off rip.
Immediately.
They're ready to catch. I don't even know who caught Aaron. Devontae left him, and Tyreek left you, Patrick. Josh, don't worry, someone's gonna leave you too. I love you. My boy Mike never left me. I'll tell you that. But hey, we're on the same team.
Dang, Josh.
That's painful.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, go and get you an Adonai Mitchell that hopefully won't leave you.
Yeah, hopefully. Won't have a choice for at least a few years.
29.
Detroit Lions on the clock. Now, the Lions look good. I mean, they obviously were really good last season. We're a game away from the Super Bowl. Let's run it back, As Dan Campbell said,
they just had
kneecaps off.
one issue drama-wise this offseason with Cam Sutton.
Yeah, and he's gone now. You don't got to worry about it. But
that position,
you're very thin there.
Exactly.
You don't have a lot at the corner. And obviously, you're picking at 29. There's not going to be any crazy talent.
This is a pick we've both been high on.
Yeah.
Because this is someone that, before the season, was projected a top player.
Yeah. And very well still could be. Lions go out here and get who's probably going to be their CB2 if taken, Mr. Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Absolutely.
From Alabama. And it's just a perfect fit. Kool-Aid's a guy that has so much potential. Was fantastic. The season before last didn't have the greatest season this last year, but still a guy that can make plays.
But I mean, he had a lot less room for success if you look at it, because Bama, like we've talked,
Yeah.
breeds these defensive monsters.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at all the Bama players just in this draft that are freshmen, juniors, etc.
Yeah.
that came in, and I mean, he wasn't just the only guy on that defense necessarily anymore. So,
Right. But he'll come in and have a perfect opportunity in Detroit, playing under a guy like Dan Campbell has got to be fun, dude.
absolutely, go out and buy some kneecaps.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't buy ski masks.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're playing the Eagles, then go out and buy ski masks. Everybody wear a blue one. Anyways, Kool-Aid to the Lions, baby. Perfect fit. Number 30 brings us to the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this is a pick that could be very scary.
Absolutely, MVP quarterback, just a few games off of a Super Bowl appearance.
A healthy Mark Andrews back for a full season. Hopefully, or no, J.K. Dobbins is a free agent, but Derrick Henry. You added Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Almost spaced that completely. Looked fantastic, yeah. So, Ravens go out here. He drafted Zay Flowers last year. He was fantastic. Had a really good rookie season. Why not
Besides
go try
that,
it
you
again?
kind of got Rashad Bateman. So, I mean,
Yeah.
not necessarily the deepest thing. And like you just said, Mark Andrews will be returning, and obviously big boy Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
But if you can't let all the focus be on the run, let Lamar prove that he is still a quarterback. Stop making 95 quarterback rushing plays a game and get him.
Oh, the amount of RPOs we're going to see this season is going to break records.
Exactly.
It's going to feed families, let me tell you.
If there was a FanDuel bet for the over-under on RPOs,
Oh, my
my
God.
good God.
I'm slamming the over. I don't care
Absolutely.
what it's at.
But they go out and get a record-breaking 40-yard dash,
Fastest player in the draft.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Compare the speed in Baltimore would be crazy.
Yeah.
There would be more tickets on the field for the first time than drivers in Baltimore.
Wow. Anyways, yeah, Xavier Worthy to the Ravens. It'd just be a cool fit to see him with somebody like Lamar Jackson, and then that offense he has around him, and just to be able to come in and have an opportunity to play right away and show what he can
Exactly.
do. I mean,
And then you're not all the pressure not being on you when you got a Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Derrick Henry. You leave
Lamar Jackson,
attention off of a 4.21 40-yard dash,
and he gonna slip behind
and
you.
it's gonna be scary.
Yeah, he gonna find his holes out there to get through you.
Yeah. I mean, look what he did with Odell Beckham last season.
Yeah, I
A
know.
rough and tough, no ACL, looked like a 50-year-old receiver at this point, Odell Beckham.
Was still making plays.
Yeah.
It'd be scary for the AFC North. Let's just say that.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I would love the pick, if
Yeah.
I was a Ravens fan,
yeah,
not a Steelers fan in the
Right.
same division.
right. But hopefully Nate Wiggins can go lock him up, baby.
Facts.
All right, number 31, Super Bowl runner-up. San Francisco 49ers are on the clock. Now this is a team with no needs.
Yeah, we talked about this last
None.
or 2 weeks ago.
They don't have a single need.
Not a
None.
no.
None. I don't care.
The only team with a fullback, so they don't
Yeah.
even got that need.
Yeah, none.
They got an
best,
addition.
You got the best fullback in the league. Kyle Juszczyk's that guy.
Only fullback in
Yeah.
the league.
I mean, he's the best, regardless. Anyways, 49ers. I guess you have one position. We've talked about it that you kind of need to have a little help in, maybe, a little depth, a little future. The interior of the offensive line.
Exactly. You got Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Nothing better to give them space.
George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Shai continue, Joanne Jennings,
Exactly.
Elijah Mitchell.
I was putting more emphasis on the
Yeah.
people that need the O-line. I mean, I guess the receivers obviously benefit from pocket timing.
Debo
Yeah.
Samuel plays a little bit of running back, Anyways, 49ers go out and select Graham Barton. Fill the middle.
Center.
Yeah, fill the middle of the offensive line, give them a little bit of depth, a little bit of help there, and help keep these playmakers some time to make plays.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just what they do best. Could see another 49ers Super Bowl next season, but hey, who am I to talk?
Super
32.
Bowl appearance.
Yeah, that's what I'm at. 32. Kansas City Chiefs. Talk to me. What are they doing?
All around me are familiar faces.
What's your issue?
The 49ers losing in the Super Bowl all because Taylor Swift and the storyline was too perfect.
Shouldn't have been
for
the
the
49ers
NFL.
anyways. The Lions were up 3 possessions at halftime, but it's whatever. 32. Kansas City Chiefs are on the clock. Who are they selecting?
I'm surprised you don't want to announce this. This is your boy.
He is my
The
boy.
dog. The Kansas City Chiefs get a dog on the defense. Chop Robinson.
Absolutely. That's my guy, dude. To come in and pair him with George Karlaftis and Chris Jones in the middle after being re-signed, my good God. We thought that defense was good last year.
Yeah.
Woo! Chop Robinson would make that defense even better. Let me tell you. Chop Robinson is a guy that I'm big on. He's climbed a lot of draft boards. The draft boards, the kind of confidence this kid's showing walking in right now is just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, he just has all the
He
potential.
came out, said he was going to be a first-round pick, so why not solidify it with the last pick of the round?
To the Super Bowl champions.
Exactly.
Yeah, back-to-back Super Bowl champions, let me mention.
Possible three-peat.
Yeah, he would just be a perfect fit. I mean, he'd walk in and immediately would be the third option. The third option when it comes to protecting or blocking pass rushers behind Karlaftis and Jones, and would just have all the opportunity.
Yeah, you already got three people that got to focus on Chris Jones.
Yeah.
One or two on Loftus to be able to come in alongside those guys.
Yeah.
Whew.
He'd have so many opportunities. It'd be great. But Chop Robinson and the Chiefs will round out our mock draft 3.0 first round projections. Obviously, we're not going to do full 7-round drafts. First round is about where we cut it.
Absolutely. Tune in to freelancesportscasting.com. Go to podcast. You'll see our first one, 2.0 on there, and we'll be adding this one right after.
Absolutely. So if you're curious as to where your team picked in either of these mock drafts, go back and watch our lives or go check the website as you just mentioned.
Absolutely. Quick shout out to Freelance Sportscasting and freelancesportscasting.com.